Hey everyone, it's Sammy here from Lucy in Life, and I'm joined today by Bridget Bennett of Spiritual Beat. And we are jumping into all things Find Your Path. We're going to discuss most specifically a little bit about Bridget's journey, how she became the Bridget that she is today. And then we're going to talk about what classes she's teaching, and then also what private sessions she's going to be offering you guys. So, hey Bridget, what was kind of your path into this wild, wacky world we call the spiritual metaphysical zone?
Oh my goodness. Um, I guess from childhood, um, I was able to see spirits physically. I grew up a little bit, wasn't able to see them physically anymore. Now it's like a sensory thing. But I started really when I was a young child and just didn't know what it was and exploring. As I grew up, I pushed it off, and then the universe was like, "Boom! Hey, no, you have a gift. It's time to open back up." So in January of 2021, I completely started my spiritual awakening. Since then, I have grown into my mediumship. So I love connecting with spirit. I love bringing closures to just clients and their past loved ones and like their spiritual team. I really, really enjoy Reiki. I'm a Reiki master. I just love the way it flows. I love the interaction. I love how peaceful and how my clients are just relaxed and feel good in their bodies after they come and see me. Let's see. Yeah, really, I just got started as a kid and just involved. And I was 27. So that was like a big break between the fifth grade of like the last time I saw my spirit, like physical, to 27, where now I'm like, well, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
uh, but yeah, so honestly, I was open as a kid and I just opened back up as an adult after I closed myself back off.
Yeah, I think a lot of us have experienced some form of that, of like you sort of know when you're a kid what's going on, and then adults are like, hey, that's make believe. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, oh my gosh, what a
There's
cute little imagination you have. You know,
there's
that whole thing.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Even
Yep.
I would have like my mom would tell me crazy stories when I was younger. I would roll a ball at the end of like we were in a trailer when I was like two, and I would roll a ball at the end of the dark tunnel, like the hall. And my mom's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Playing with my friend, duh." And then
Yep.
the ball would come back to me.
Yep.
I remember that story, but I remember when my mother and I were speaking, she would tell me that story, and I'm like, "And you didn't think anything was going on then?"
Oh yeah. I had like 11 imaginary friends, and I knew where they were from, what streets they lived on, their last names, their like daughter's name or like boyfriend, like the whole thing. And my parents were just like, "Oh my gosh, she has the most incredible imagination. She can create like 11 different people." So my dad was like telling my husband about this. I think this was last year. We went out to dinner and he's like, "Oh, Samantha, you just have the best imagination you always have." And we get in the car, and my husband looks at me and he's like, "Ooh, that was ghosts, huh?" I was like, it was. And he was like, interesting. It's like,
But
yeah,
it's nice to have that validation now from when you didn't when you were younger. And
yeah,
like that's the whole point of like what I'm doing right now is to give validation to people of their own experiences. Like most of my card readings are vulnerable or patients. Here I am in the medical field.
yeah.
Vulnerable clients that are coming in that are really like sensitive. So
Mhm.
when they come in and I'm able to just basically confirm things that they already knew,
Yeah.
it just it brightens up just their aura, everything. It makes sense. So I love that your husband gave you that.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a physicist, so he's less inclined to like just believe everything I say, but he's now lived with me for long enough where he's just like, "Okay, honey, if I say like you have to do this or I'm sorry we can't do that today." He's like, "Got it." He just like respects the intuition and moves on now, which is really nice.
I love that though. I love that. Because you
Yeah.
don't have to yourself. You're just like, don't way. Like,
Yep. Yep.
it's
Exactly. All right. So talk to me a little bit about the classes you're teaching in gosh, next weekend now. No, not next
cool.
weekend, but the weekend
Yeah,
after. It's coming
I'm
up.
I am so excited for my classes. So the first class that I'm teaching is Intro to Oracle, and I'm teaching that with Bridget Bennett. It's just going to be like a little basic class and how to interpret Oracle cards because anyone can do it. And I mean anyone. If you don't have to have any experience whatsoever. I can just hand you a card, you look down on it and see what you interpretate off of it. A
Mhm.
lot of people get intimidated by that. So I really just want to break it, basic down and allow it flowing and allow the class to really resonate with them and get that one-on-one time.
Yeah.
So that's our goal is to, at the end of it, for them to branch out a little bit and get a little bit more courage to pick up cards on their own, if that is a calling of them, of course.
Yeah. And then you've got, I think, the Seven Clairs, which is a
Yeah.
really, really cool one, especially if you've just woken up and you're like, how do I tune into my intuition?
Yeah. So I'm really excited about this one because so the class that I'm teaching is mediumship with the seven basic clairs. And I'm really passionate about this class because in the beginning of my journey, I couldn't call myself a medium. Like I would not give myself that title. I have no idea why, because I clearly can connect with spirit. But for some reason, that label was just like out of my grasp, but I wanted it so bad.
Mhm.
So with this class, I really wanted to break everything down because the clairs, we have seven major ones, but they all influence mediumship. Everybody has the capability of doing it. It's just allowing yourself the patience within. So I really want to go over the seven basic ways that mediums and everyone that connects. So that way they can be like, you know what? Okay, that medium word isn't so scary. Wow, I really am connecting with spirit. So that's my goal for that class is to just break it down enough for digestible.
Yeah, it's like we all have these things, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
And
And
then,
then
yeah, go for it.
my third class is why is it like spacing me right now? My intro to work. Oh, intuition.
Mhm.
Kind of need that intuition. So I put together a class to work your intuition, which is just your gut feeling, that gut hunch. You know, when someone's like, hey, guess that color. Well, really, you're not guessing, you're using your intuition.
Mhm.
So I really want to just, again, with the other classes, break it down just so for the average Joe that walks on the streets, like, wow, I get that, you know, because the spiritual community, when you're not in it, it looks
Mhm.
scary. You're just like, I don't understand what's going on. When really, in all reality, it's just some flashy words that we have that, you know, clear means clear, you know, clear hearing, clear, you know, all of that.
Mhm.
It's just terminology. So I really just want to get to the basics and allow them some exercises to allow that gut feeling to come out so they can feel it at when we're in class together
Mhm.
is my goal.
Yeah. That sounds amazing. And so, one of the coolest things about Find Your Path is that not only are you getting these workshops, but you're also getting two free private sessions for a 2-day ticket, one free private session for a 1-day ticket. So, walk me through what are some really cool private offerings that we're going to see.
Yeah. So I am a Reiki master. I'm not teaching classes on it for this time, but I am offering sessions. If anyone would like a Reiki session with me, I'd be more than happy to connect. I'm also offering if they would like card readings too. I'm there for it. Honestly, whatever they feel guided towards me, I am here for it. I am a beaming thing of light, and if I can help you, then I am here for it because that's my goal for these classes is to have that one-on-one time, that personal time. So even if in the session they're like, "Hey, I want Reiki," but they want me to break it down, I'm here for it because I just want everyone to have some sort of concept of something when they leave Find Your Path. So, yes, I am down for free Reiki sessions or intuition readings.
I love that. That's so exciting. So, you guys, it's going to be an amazing weekend. We're so excited to see you guys there. Just so you know, the early bird special for tickets runs up March 20th. It's going to go from $99 to $137 for a 2-day pass. So, it's really important to take advantage of that while you can. The 1-day passes stays $77 no matter the date. And you get 4 workshops and 1 private session for that. And then I haven't talked about lunch at all. So we're going to be doing a big potluck as teachers. So you're more than welcome to contribute to the potluck and hang out with us, pack your own lunch, or there is a ton of places to eat around the Fisher's Geist area that you can definitely explore. You've got like an hour and a half for lunch. So there's plenty of time to go out there and get what you need. And then, yeah, I think the last thing we have to talk about I still, for some reason, Bridget, you're helping me remember all the things I've not talked about. I appreciate that about you. The last thing I haven't talked about is from 6 to 7. We just open up the space for an hour for the entire community to come in and do a healing circle. It's not a requirement from your ticket. It's just a really fun thing that we like to do, to just build additional community and spend more time together, quite honestly. It's like a little celebration at the end of the day. So
It's beautiful. It is beautiful. Like what you guys have said to me before, at the first healing circle, we never know exactly what's going to happen. But I will tell you this, it will be tons of laugh and love,
yeah.
because the healing circles that Sammy and Allison have, I cannot wait for the next months. Like, I'm just so excited. It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. So please come join us for the healing circle if you guys have time, because you won't regret it. I promise you. And you get more one-on-one time. So yeah.
And that's free to anyone. You don't have to buy a ticket.
Yeah.
So you just come on in and enjoy that. And you can always choose to buy a Sunday ticket after Saturday too. So just whatever works for you and your budget. The goal of Find Your Path is to make it a little bit more affordable to get a little sample of each of these things. So you can always reach out to me at samantha@PalestinianLife.com if you've got any questions. But we will see you guys on the 25th and 26th. Bye.